Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, we are going to be discussing a certain problem with Ninjago that isn't really a huge problem, but at the same time, it's a problem that I've been wanting to discuss for quite some time, so I figured why not talk about it for today's video. I am, of course, referring to a problem with J's specific villains, characters like Nadokon and Unagami specifically. Again, these are just my own thoughts, my own opinions, and I've been wanting to make this video for quite a long time. It's been on my wish list to do for many months, especially after Ninjago Crystallized has concluded. So in terms of the problem with J-themed villains, I feel like a lot of them are very one-note, if that makes sense. For example, Nadokon only appeared in Skybound, which was a J season, but Nadokon himself didn't really have the potential to return outside of that specific season. As much as I would love him to come back at some point, as of right now, he has not returned just yet, and it's not looking very likely in the future either. Following that, Unagami will probably never be a villain again either following Prime Empire, which was another J-specific season. In Prime Empire, Unagami was just revealed to be a misunderstood AI, and at the end of the season he reverted back to his good self and carried on his life from there. So why exactly is this an issue? Well, for the big crossover events for Ninjago, J doesn't really have a whole lot to face. In the several villainous team-ups and crossovers that we've seen over the years for Ninjago, the two most villainous crossovers that we've seen so far are definitely from Day of the Departed and Ninjago Crystallized. With Day of the Departed, each villain had a very specific ninja that they had to go face, and for the most part those choices made sense. Chen went after Kai and Nia because of their heritage, Cryptor went after Zane, Pythor went after Lloyd, etc, etc, but for Jay, he didn't really have a villain to face. If Nadokon were to come back, he would have definitely fit the bill there, but of course Day of the Departed did not bring Nadokon back. Instead, Jay fought Samakai. If you wanted to stretch it, you could say that Jay was the first one to use Spinjitzu against the Skulkin army, and that's why Samakai would be after him, but even Day of the Departed itself pokes fun at how Samakai doesn't really have anybody specific to fight. You could see a similar thing happening in Ninjago Crystallized, where a large majority of the villains carried a crystallized golden weapon, those golden weapons belonging to a certain ninja that they faced off against before. And like I said, it made sense for the most part. Asphira had Kai's Sword of Fire, Vangelis had Cole's Scythe of Quakes, and Mr. F had Zane's Shurikens. But who had the Nunchucks of Lightning? Pythor. You know why? Because he was the only one left. Nobody on that crew was a J-specific villain, and as such, once again, the villain that was supposed to be going up against J got the short end of the stick. If Unagami was still around and still in his evil form, that would have been the perfect villain to introduce on the council. So you can see where I'm coming from here, right? You see where the problem is? Jay's villains don't really have a whole lot of presence in the big villain team-ups and are very one-note and individual. At the same time, though, it does make Jay's villains appear a little bit more individual and a little bit more unique. However, when those big team-ups do happen, Jay just gets stuck with the odd man out, just because there's nobody else left. And that does make things a little bit awkward when it comes to these matchups, because in both scenarios, in both crossovers, they make sense for the most part, except when it comes to Jay and his respective villain. So with that being said, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on all of this, so feel free to leave a comment down below discussing what you think. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's video, feel free to like and subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again really soon. Peace.